How are we, guys? The gloves are off with myself, former English light welterweight champion, former British light welterweight champion. The morning after the night before. I'm out in my garden here. It's a beautiful day. Maybe overcooking it with the sunglasses, but this is in respect for Chris Eubank Senior as a true eccentric. So I'm rocking sunglasses and dressing gown for Senior. Okay, so I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash for this, but remember what I said about the channel from the off. I'm only going to shoot from the hip, and I'm only going to talk about how I feel and be honest and true to myself, really. Don't know any of you guys, do I? But it's to be honest and true to myself and how I feel honestly. You know, I'm not playing up to anybody. I'm not, you know, this channel is without bias. I've got no agenda. Seems to be the word now if you go against people, doesn't it? Agenda and haters, and I'm none of that, honestly. I have an amazing life. I don't rely on boxing for anything. It doesn't pay my bills. My life's very, very comfortable. I don't need to be begging anybody for anything in boxing. Trust me, life is good. Conor, the con man, Benn, is done for me. It's over. I will never, what's the word I'm looking for? I will never really down talk him anymore. He failed 2 drug tests. And I'm also not going to be like a Simon Jordan. Oh, I'm not sure if he did it. He did it. He failed 2 drug tests. He cheated 100%. I've never been more certain about anything in my life. Conor Benn cheated. He took drugs. He cheated. He got caught. Fine. And he's not been punished. He's not had the tag, the official tag of he got caught taking drugs, which in my opinion is really, really important. Everyone that gets caught taking drugs should have an asterisk next to their name. Someone actually said to me the other day, like, how good was Roy Jones Jr.? And I've been in Roy's company before, and he's a fantastic guy, really good guy. And I said, I don't know. Who knows? Because he got caught cheating, so we don't actually know how good he was. Who knows? How fast is Ben Johnson? We don't know, because he got caught cheating, so we don't actually know who he was as a person. You know, and Conor Benn's got found cheating 2 times. We've had no explanation. I've gone over this over and over again, but I draw a line under that now. And it's because of what he did last night. I'm a boxing fan. I've been since I was probably 8 years of age. I remember watching maybe my first fight, and then so blessed to be brought up in the 80s era and the 90s era of boxing and the 2000s, you know, and I fought myself and just loved the game. And Conor Benn last night showed things that drugs can't give you. They can make you bigger, stronger, faster than a speeding bullet, but they can't give you that grit and determination. And I watched him last night and I was like, yeah, I needed to see that. And he won't care what I think. Who cares? Why would he care what my opinions of Conor Benn are? But I think we all know they've pretty much been in the toilet since he failed. Which, same as, you know, like I said, there's other people that have failed as well, and people said, oh, you're never as harsh on them, because they've all served their ban, and they've all been caught and found guilty. Conor Benn's had loopholes and gone around the houses and never actually been punished properly. That's my only issue with it. I've got no issues with Conor Benn. Never met the guy. Like, say you look at any interviews with me in the past, who's your favourite fighter growing up? Nigel Benn. He was my favourite fighter. So I've got no axe to grind against him or the family. I just can't stand cheats. And when he popped, I was annoyed and angry and disappointed because I wouldn't say I was on the Conor Benn train, the hype train. I was driving it. I loved it. Loved seeing him get better. We've covered this in other videos. Last night, he showed that he's got it. I mean, he was lacking in loads of areas, to be honest. And I think once he goes down to 147, things might not be as rosy as what we think. But he showed some real cojones. And I love that in fighters because you can't train that. You can't inject that into you. That's something from deep down. He took his lumps last night and he took them like a man. I've seen his interviews after, and I know he was dying to have a little chirp at Eubank. You can see that rivalry has not ended, but he held it together and he carried himself well. But more than anything, I always like to judge fighters when the bell goes. Everything else really in boxing doesn't really matter. There's a lot of talk, isn't there? And he showed last night that he's about the right stuff. He's about the right stuff. Them last few rounds when they just went at it was, I don't know. I don't know if that fight last night was better than their dad's first one. I think it was. He had two kids nowhere near as good as their dads were. But for just pure theatre and drama and fight, I don't know if that's not better than their dad's first one. Maybe I'm under crediting their dad's first fight. When I first initially watched that first live, you know, that's feeling that I got from that. But I mean, last night blew me away. Unbelievable fighting. It absolutely took two to tango. And Chris was laying it on Conor. Conor took some bombs in them last couple of rounds and never once. And this is why after the bell went for the final round, I was like, yeah. Like I said, he don't care whether he's earned my respect or not. I'm sure of it, but he has. He's earned my respect. He's a proper fighting man. Took his lumps, fired back, bit down when he had to, never stopped trying. And I love that in a fighter, when they never stop trying. There's many ways to quit in boxing. And if you've been a boxer, you see it a lot where people just stop trying and they're just thinking, you know what, I'm just going to lose this on points. And get out with a loss rather than really try and really push it. And if you do that, you might walk onto one and get knocked out. He never did that. He kept trying to the bitter end, and it was brilliant. Like I said, he earned my respect last night. Like I said, I've not brushed anything under the carpet, and I understand I'll probably get a lot of backlash in the comments from this. Oh God, now look at you, you're Conor Benn, Team Conor Benn now. It's not the case. But last night, credit where it's due. I take my hat off to the guy. He showed some serious bottle, and he took his lumps like a man, like he had to. And you know what? There'll be a lot of people like me that probably needed to see that from him. This is a guy who's been fast-tracked, spoon-fed, and looked after his whole career because he's Nigel Benn's son. No area title, no English title, no Commonwealth title, no British title, no European title, and now top 5 in the world. So completely spoon-fed, not earned it, given, not earned. So people like me, and there'll be plenty of that are watching this channel, we need to see if you're actually about it, or is it just one big gimme? Is life going to be one big gimme from you? You've given absolutely everything, privately educated. It's not his fault. You're brilliant. I'm just saying, people need to see what you're about. Are you really about it? Can we really get behind you, or are you just one big fake? And behind all the bling, we got to see who Conor Benn was last night. Behind it all. And he's got grit and determination, technically lacking in so many areas. But who cares about that? We're talking heart, courage, determination, will to win. Loved it. I'm sure he's not watching, but if you are, Conor, you earned my respect last night, kidder. And no more, what's the word I'm looking for? no more. I don't even want to say disrespectful, because I don't think anything I've said is disrespectful. It's just the truth. No more. I'm not gonna harp on about it, about your past and the tests and this, that, and the other. It is what it is. You've come through it. You're fighting again. You have my respect as a fighting man, because last night, oh boy, did you earn it. Yeah. Hope both men have a good rest after that. A good rest. I know Eubank Junior's went to hospital after the fight, precautionary, hopefully everybody's okay. Personally, would not want to see that fight again at 160 pounds, because Eubank was cooked from the first round. He looked really slow, clumsy. Looked like he was there to be knocked out, to be honest. And Conor Benn landed some big shots, hurt him, but I mean, Eubank's just, they're built differently, them guys. I did a video yesterday. They're built differently. But yeah, I don't want to get off track. Conor Benn starts today with me. I don't want to think that I'm not saying like I'm above anything. I'm just saying me. This channel, it's my channel. It's about me. So Conor Benn from today starts with me with a clean slate. With a clean slate, because last night he earned it. Again, I want to reiterate, that's not me giving him a pass for anything in the past, but we can forgive, can't we? We've all made mistakes. Jesus, I've made more than most. He made a big one, a big cardinal sin. So, I'm not saying we forget, but we can forgive. And last night, he made me go to bed thinking, for me, this kid deserves another go. I can get behind that. I can get behind a performance like that. I really can, because that was above and beyond. So, with me, you guys in the comments might be like, absolutely no chance, he's done, never forgive him, I'm just talking about me. With me, the clean slate starts today. So Conor the Conman Benn is no more. Won't use that phrase again. He will be known from me moving forward as Conor Benn. And I wish him all the best. I want to see him do well. I want to see redemption. I want to see him win a world title. I want to see him be in more great fights, because yeah, ferocious. And when it got put on him, because that's what I always look for in a fighter, what you got when it gets put on you. When it got put on him, he was not found wanting, and it touched me. So yeah, I'm not saying I'm a fan, but I'm gonna watch moving forward with well wishes. Hope you're all good, guys. Hope you all have a fantastic day. I'm in the gym this afternoon with Adrian. We train Saturday, Sunday, and then we train Sunday, Monday, and then we're flying out to Germany on Tuesday. Weighing on Wednesday, and he's making his 5th professional fight on Thursday. So yeah, all good. Have a great weekend.